What's poppin', y'all? Central C and the Ice Spice thing has fully been unwrapped now, and we can say that, sure, everyone's gonna be like, yeah, man, we knew that was fake. But I laid it out. Not only, of course, did I think that it was fake, but I laid out the reasons, not why it was fake, but the reasons why it was far more beneficial for Central C, in my opinion, than it was for Ice Spice. I also threw out the potential of a song. I don't think many people thought that a song was going to come out of this. I personally didn't even really think a song was going to come out of this. And I said that it would benefit Central C for his visibility in America. That's been the main goal for Central C and whoever he's working with as of late. Now, Academics kind of covered this, although I wish I could have talked about it at the same time or before, because it looks like I'm piggybacking, which I'm not. You know, I have my own ideas. However, he had mentioned that fake relationships have been a thing. Well, I'm certain that Central C is on Columbia. Yes, he's on Columbia. And Columbia is the one that ran the scheme with Noah Cyrus and, who was it? Lil Xan back in the day. I'm pretty sure they were both on Columbia. You could probably check. Noah Cyrus is most likely still on Columbia. So this isn't anything new, and I don't think people were trying to make it... It was never announced that they were together. Because keep in mind, the Noah Cyrus and Lil Xan thing, they were posted up. They were at award shows together. They were always taking photos together. It was apparent, you're like, okay, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. These people are together. Whether it was someone put them together or what, we don't know, but there was no ambiguity to it. Whereas there was ambiguity to the situation. I was about to say to the sensuation. To this situation with Central C and Ice Spice. It's like, yeah, they're very close. They're hanging out. They're going out places. But there's still a level of ambiguity to it. And I think Central C was doing that to protect his current relationship with this dunce of a girlfriend he has that can't take one for the team. Which is just... So Central C, this guy's goal, and I respect it, he's trying to be that first rapper that really, in, who knows, probably decades, that really crosses over and Americans are like, yo, I mess with Central C. Because people will say, oh yeah, he's popping. He is. Globally speaking, he's done collaborations with artists from many other countries, a lot of up-and-coming countries too. But if you just look at his top 5 on Spotify, it's Nigeria, UK, Nigeria, and Australia, I think, in different cities in each. So America's not even up there. I don't know how far it is down the list, but yeah, he's also got France, which a non-English speaking country is on there before America. So he's not even top, and Canada isn't even on the top of his listeners yet. So I think he's really, really eager to break, and I do think he has the potential. I do think it's possible, and I also believe that he's committed, which is a recipe of all 3 things that you need. So while this is all happening, it eventually comes out that they got a song together. They've been filming TikToks and stuff. The song drops. Central C is one of the first people that I like when he comes on second in a song. There's a level of anticipation to a Central C verse, which is the reverse of Drake. Usually for Drake, I love when Drake opens the song. For example, Look Alive, right? Drake opens the song, and then, of course, he has the verse later on. However, the opening of Drake, I enjoy more than the anticipation. I don't really have too crazy of an anticipation of a Drake verse, if you get what I mean. That doesn't mean I think the verse is bad. It's like, all right, the good part, or the part that I look towards Drake the most for, happened already. With Central C, it's almost like, all right, how's this guy going to come on the beat right now? Like, what kind of verse is he going to drop? And he's smooth with it. I like the guy's music. So this chick, who's his girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, people thought she was part of the scheme. She should have been part of the scheme. I think she was briefed to be a part of the scheme, but she just fumbled everything. She's a moron. She's a dunce. She's an idiot, to put it lightly. I'm going to play you guys the clip of it right now.
Let me take you guys back a couple months. I'm laid up in bed with Pookie, and he comes to me, and he's like, I have a new song to show you. And I'm like, yes, serenade me. I'm like ready to hear some poetry. And then he plays me his verse. I'm like, what the fuck? Not only did you just snitch on yourself that you're cheating, but you just told me exactly how. Give me your fucking phone. Are you telling me ZK Trappy69 with the wet emoji is not your childhood friend? He tells me it's just marketing and I know how the internet works, so I just forget about it. A while later, he tells me that he wants to hire an influencer to do like a lip syncing video to one of his older songs. And I'm like, okay, makes sense. Then he's like, I'm gonna send her a car because she asked for one. I was like, okay, makes sense. He didn't tell me he was sending her his personal car to start a dating rumor with her. I was with you guys, knees deep in that comment section, asking if we were still together. I tried to have a conversation with him about it, and all he kept saying was, all right. No, I'm kidding, but seriously. I actually tried to understand what was going on, and nothing. At this point, I'm starting to realize, oh, this is why girls don't date rappers. So I call my team and they're like, Madeline, he just started a dating rumor with another girl. Aren't you supposed to be going to Nigeria with him in 2 days? This is gonna be multiple parts, sorry. And this is when it clicks. This is not a vacation. I have just entered this man's marketing scheme. So I say I'll still come to Nigeria based on the one condition that none of the professional pictures that are taken of us get posted, because I've just realized what is happening and I don't want to be seen with this guy. I understand that rapper boyfriend has promotional activity to do. I just don't want to lose the last shred of my dignity. Shocker, the pictures get out. Guys, if I had known I was going to be photographed like that, I would have put on some fucking concealer. Learned the fucking lesson from the jet skis. Although I actually clearly didn't learn anything. So now I'm seeing these ugly pictures of me come out. I'm getting flamed by my friends and my work is calling me, Madeline, we told you not to do one thing. Get photographed with him. So you guys remember the song? I then remember he also gave me a release date for the song, and I'm realizing that it's only like a month and a bit away, and that this Lagos incident was not a coincidence, and I am knees deep in this guy's plot. I didn't want to be seen with him for like as long as possible before this song drops, because I want to be as far away from that conversation as humanly possible. The girlies are fucking laughing at me, like I cannot take another public humiliation. So I ask him for a conversation because I want to break up with him, and he's like, I can see you on the 1st of July for this conversation. And I thought that was weird because it was in the middle of June, but he was doing his first ever headline shows. 1st of July rolls around and he is begging to see me, like he is adamant that he has to see me that exact day, but I'm kind of busy, I'm with my friend. Anyway, he ends up calling me at 11 p.m. at night and he's like, I need to see you tonight. And I'm like, why are you so desperate? He's like, because you need to remember that I'm a human being when you see what you're going to see tomorrow.
So clearly, as you hear from this, if I'm able to decipher her accent properly and what she means, she is saying that he was talking to her and telling her, showed her a new song with a verse. And then the verse, she's like, oh, you just told me how, like, you're cheating on me. Are you a moron? If he was doing this, do you think he'd put it on a verse and then show it to you before the song releases? Like, you're a dunce. Nothing going on up there. And then he says that, yeah, he's gonna send a car for an influencer. In my head, I'm like, oh, he's gonna send her a car. Like, wait, he's sending her a car in exchange for her to do a TikTok to one of his old songs? What, is that what's going on? But I'm guessing he was sending a vehicle to pick her up. So that's a little bit of I wouldn't say it's a translation issue, but it's a slang type of thing. We don't really hear that said in that context in America very much. So he's explaining to her everything that's gonna happen. And then when it happens, she's like, oh yeah, I was right there with you guys in the comments. What's going on? Are you an idiot? You were briefed on everything. And this is the problem, where are you committed to furthering this man's career, or do you just want to hop on and have a nice ride? Because she was saying that, oh, we were supposed to go on vacation, and I just found out that I'm part of this marketing scheme, and I told him, hey, we can go on vacation, but I don't want photos of us put out there. And Central C and his team are justifiably should be thinking, if they're not already thinking, what the hell is wrong with this chick? I briefed her on everything. I told her what's going on. This isn't a real relationship between me and Ice Spice or whatever influencer is in the middle of this. And this is just going to create more interest around my name. People are going to talk about me more. People are going to say, oh, this is a love triangle. What's going on here? A lot of women are going to check this stuff out. Central C does have a good amount of music that women would enjoy, other music. So it's perfect. It works out. It's like you were briefed. So while people may say stuff on the internet and may hit you up about it, don't worry. We'll weather the storm. And then in the end, we'll be like, yeah, everything's good. As long as you know everything's good between us. But clearly, she's more interested in her presentation and how the world is perceiving her as opposed to the truth. So in her mind, she's portraying it as, hey, even if I know that you didn't cheat on me with this chick, but if the world thinks that, then we have a problem. So I can't have the world thinking that, even for a brief period of time. And it's like, yo, we're trying to further this is what you got to do. You got to do stuff like this, especially if you want to break into a market. Yeah, you need people talking about you more than just your music. You need to consistently be in front of people's faces, because unlike most US acts, they're not booking you everywhere. Like, for example, if someone's popping in the US, they've got a poppin' song, they're getting booked across all these different club appearances. So people are seeing you more often. People need to see you a lot for them to accept, okay, this is an artist that's going to be a part of my standard rotation, and he's in the American circle of artists, and I'm going to associate him with American artists, as opposed to, a foreign artist that just so happens to have a song with an American artist that's popping, or a foreign artist that just so happens to have a song that is popping right now, and I just care about the song. So I don't even think this was necessarily a sacrifice on her behalf, but this is the thing too. She seems to be an influencer of her own, popular social media figure, so she probably just cares about how she looks in front of her fans or supporters or followers. And this is where you run into a conflict. So who's more important? The brief perception that she has of her, I don't know, whatever the hell they're doing, or furthering your man's career. And in this case, your man is trying to go after some big goals of being the first UK rapper to really become a star in America. That's a big, ambitious, historical goal. You can't make some sacrifices for that. And the sacrifices don't even involve him cheating on you. That's the crazy part. It's just, hey, some headlines. You're going to get headlines regardless, no matter what happens. There's going to be stuff coming out regardless, no matter what happens, how big he gets. But she just doesn't want to be a part of the team. And this is why I ask, it sounds like she just wants all the benefits with none of the drawbacks. Hey, let's go on vacation and people can't post any pictures of us. That's going to help your career. Come on. And listen, I understand if that's her perspective, but yeah, like, get the hell up out the way. You're not contributing to furthering the career, and focus on whatever the hell you're doing, because she definitely benefited from being with him in terms of followers. She 100% gained a ton of following from being with the guy. And what did he gain from her, realistically? What did he gain from her that he couldn't have gotten from someone else? I don't know. He probably has a better answer. But if I were to say, I don't know. I don't think too much. She definitely hasn't contributed to his career. She would probably say, yeah, I gave him some feedback on some songs. Shut up. You're not making any music. What do you know? She's not a producer, is she? If she is, then I'll definitely take that one back. But the opportunity was given to her, and she was notified ahead of time, which is the most important part. Hey, this is how this is going to pan out. And she wouldn't allow it to pan out completely. And she kind of derailed it, which she somewhat assisted him by doing what she did, because sure, she got more popular from it. But now people are looking at him like, damn, this guy, he's really moving and shaking. Yeah, I hope Central C wins out of this. He should. This Ice Spice song, he's got a good verse on it. I think the song can take off. It just has that beat to it. Would I say it's one of Ice Spice's better songs? As few as there are? No, I wouldn't. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've got to say about the situation. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know your perspective. Am I tweaking out? Should this have just never been a thing, even though this is kind of what's needed to take your career off? Let me know. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Thank you for watching. Peace.